All of my friends know everything immediately overnight about Fauci and the World Health Organization. There is no health. There is no such thing as health. How about that? I'm going to go even further. You want a conspiracy? I'll give you the big one. I'll give you the bigger one. The biggest one. There is no such thing as health. You're not healthy. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. Let me prove it to you. Friend of mine was healthy. Got in a car accident and died. How healthy were they? Couldn't handle a little pile up on the Long Island Expressway. Died instantly. Not healthy to me. Adele was fat. Now she's thin. Didn't look good fat. Doesn't look good thin. Sounds great in both incarnations. Didn't care about her fat. I don't care about her thin. It's good. The songs are good. She sings. She deserves her fame and her $150 million. What she looks like doesn't affect you. Be fat. Be thin. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. It's better to be thin than fat. Harder for a lot of people, but better. But doesn't necessarily make you healthy. I know a lot of thin people that are fucked. Don't kid yourself. Thin motherfuckers walking around waiting to drop dead. What is this health? What is it? I don't understand what it is. You go to a doctor's office and they tell you, it looks good. Who are they? I subscribe to, I've never trusted Western medicine. When you start to get to a certain level of wealth and you live in California, you get very skeptical of Western medicine. I'm starting to connect with the tribes and many of the peoples that I feel are, like many white women of a certain means, age group, and denomination of money, I'm starting to think about chakras and energy and auras. It's not all bullshit, okay? It's not all bullshit. You know, people are depressed and anxious in this country. And here's what people aren't going to want to hear. Here's what people don't want to understand. There is, and I'm going to tell you, this is going to sound controversial. People aren't going to like this. There's no such thing as cancer. You just have a bad attitude. Do you understand? Do you get it? You have a bad attitude. You're cranky. And you're negative. And that little ball of negativity becomes a cancer. You eat sugar and white bread all day. You crash. You think it's depression and anxiety. It's a bad diet. And then the pharmaceutical companies come in and then they try to save you with their medications. It's a cycle. The over-the-counter. My mother, her whole life took over-the-counter medication, Sudafed, everything she could get her hands on. Pep herself up. Put a little pep in her step. Clear out her nasal cavity. Make her feel better. She had hay fever and allergies and every ailment you could imagine. Every plant that was on the planet was conspiring to kill my mother personally. They all had meetings and they wanted to just do her in. Every tree was a potential threat. Every vine that hung down was a potential deadly situation for my mother unless she could put a few Sudafed down her throat. It's not good. Stop with the Dayquil. Stop taking bright orange tablets of goo. Stop drinking Robitussin unless you're a white young rapper. You don't need the over-the-counter shit. My grandmother used to get sick. You know what she did? She had chicken soup and water, and she got over it, and they all lived to their late 80s. We have aisles and aisles of fucking shit in the grocery store and the pharmacist you do not need. You do not need this shit, Mucinex. It just alleviates your symptoms. It doesn't cure or heal you. Understand your chakra. Understand your spirit guides. You don't got a spirit guide? It's because you're clogging your mouth up with Robitussin and get it out of there. Get a spirit guide. My spirit guide is a racist. So I had to get another one. My spirit guide was a very racist being. I didn't realize that when I first got them. But after a while, they started displaying signs that were very troubling. In the beginning, it was all, they appeared in light, and they would, walk me through the gardens of life. Then they started talking about the protocols of the elders of Zion. I was concerned. I'm now looking for another guide spiritually to take me through the universe. Have you ever felt healthy in a Walgreens? Have you ever walked into a CVS and thought that was a place devoted to health? Truly. If you ever walked into a CVS and said, thank God I'm in a place where I can get medicine or a tub of cookie dough. Because that's what drugstores are in America. You can get Vicodin and you can get Red Baron pizza, which is not bad, frozen pizza, as they go.
Yeah.
But that's what drugstores are in this country. The potions, the soaps. Your skin is bad because you eat dairy. My skin is bad because I eat dairy. I eat the milk of another animal. It is not healthy, but I do it. My skin gets red. I get rosacea. I get eczema. And why does that happen? Because of my diet, because what I consume. And then I go and I get CeraVe and all these garbage bullshit moisturizers and cortisones, and your face gets addicted to what you're putting on it, and it's bad, and it just covers because you're unwilling to realize that the problems are of your own making. Many of them. There is no such thing as AIDS. Do you understand me? You have AIDS. It's God's way of saying, enough already. Enough. Don't always swallow. Spit a little out. Save a little for later. Don't have it be a foregone conclusion that you just take it all down into your abdomen. For Christ. God's looking at you every time you suck a dick, and by the time you get to the end of it, he goes, for Christ, spit a little of it out. Take half of it. Stop taking it all down. Every time is not Thanksgiving, you're getting AIDS. AIDS is not real. If you need, go get a potato and put a Marlboro Light in its mouth and watch that and then press play on your phone.